Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank for the Council to give the opportunity to let us, the Ping An Financial Center, the project team, to present the update of the tower. And at the same time, we want to talk to you or to share with you our experience on the new topics, which is called construction risk management. I have my general manager of the property insurance department, Mr. Stephen Yuan, who is the expert of the risk management, analysis, and who help us throughout the construction process so long to help us identify our risk factors, to help us to work out or agree on method statements of construction. And at the same time, more important is Ping An Insurance provides us the insurance policy throughout the construction period. My talk will be in 3 sections. I will do the 2 sections, the Ping An Finance Center project overview and the construction risk. That is only part of it, but that will give you some idea on this, maybe similar to other super high-rise building construction. What are the risk factors and how we handle it, or how our project experience that can be shared with the fellow profession, and you can take this as a reference. And finally, Stephen will talk about the construction insurance program briefly. Okay. We introduced PAFC last year on the same platform, but for the sake of people who are not attending the conference last year, PAFC actually has the following content. We have a tall tower 6 meters in height, we call it loft tower, and another tower next to it is a 300 meters in height. It has mainly office floors and observation deck open for publics, and our headquarters, the senior management office, and there will be a Park Hyatt hotel in the South Tower, which is 300 in height. We do have commercial component like shopping arcade at the podium level, which will also support the user of the office, and you serve also the vicinity as a high quality shopping area. We have 5 basements, dig up to around 25 meters, providing mechanical part in the basement, as well as 1,600 lots of car park. Location-wise, we are actually very close to Hong Kong ICC. There is construction of the express railway from Hong Kong to Shenzhen. That will take 40 minutes in the expressway. So that is the connection point to Hong Kong. We have local connection through the MTR system. We have 4 lines of MTR connecting to the site or the building. We're also sitting in the axis of the municipal building, connecting the convention center and the municipal city hall at the center of the axis. Actually, we are actually on the we are funding the axis, and which is very obvious in the location. Figures about our building. This is the loft tower. I won't go into detail, but there is sort of 19,000 square meter of site, and the total construction area above ground is 377, and the total construction area is close to 460 square meter. So we are talking about very high density development there. And we have 118 floors above ground altogether. And everything, we have a hybrid structure with outrigger. This is the South Tower, 300 meter in height. We have 52 stories. The total area will be close to 200,000 square meter in 11,000 square meter site. Talking about the loft tower, the ideas come from, of course, the architect as well as the Ping An's culture. Ping An is an insurance company at the beginning. We start our business 1988 as a small insurance company dealing with property insurance or shipping. In this 27 years, it expands its business to banking as well as investment. So our project office actually is funded by the insurance life, Ping An Life Insurance. The idea is taking up the forces, and we want to improve ourselves daily, monthly, yearly. We want to go up, and up. So that is the idea of the corporate, culture. So Ping An is improving, not just for getting more profit, but also to be more advanced in one is in serving the public as an insurance company, as well as we expand our banking service. Also, we want to go more advanced. For the investment side, our property development section actually is only a small part of it. We will also improve ourselves. We have set up the real estate company for a few years, and we are facing the challenge of going to be a top investor or property developer, which in terms build our own building. One is for our headquarters, one is for our investment return. So this idea go with the idea of a tall building and the shape of the building as well. Our podium take a very free-form and organic shape internally, but externally is very solid and very iconic in nature. We have high ceiling lobby, but we want natural light come in. We want natural material to be fitted. We want people easily go around the building. We have multi-story lobby levels, so people can easily find way to go up to different floors. We mainly use, we have around 50 double-decker lifts to resolve the demand of the vertical transportation. Typical for looks very squarely, we have a 32-meter square core, nearly square core. We have about 30-meter depth span, leasing span. When you go from the bottom, it is even bigger. It goes from 65 to around 60 meter or even less when you go up to the top. We have mega column as the outer rim and connected by mega frame. We have a reinforced concrete core inside. Observation deck at the top to serve public interest, to be a landmark building. We need to bring people up to the sky or to the height so they can enjoy the view around the city. We want to create seamless connection between the building and the vicinity. We use minimum identification between the boundary, and we want soft landscape go together with the hard paving to create a friendly and inviting entrance. The glass at the bottom will give us a very transparent feeling. We also create landscape or interested area, outdoor area. One is for dining, one is for the shopper to relate to the natural external. We take a look at the structure of the building, and because that will give you the idea of the bulk of the construction work, and then relate to the risk in the construction process. Basically, I have mentioned is an RC core strengthened by the shear wall inside, and also reinforced by Outrigger 4. I think there are 4 Outrigger trusses, which give the rigidity of the structure, connecting the mega frame outside and the inner core internally. So there is a simple diagram showing we have the RC core plus the Outrigger in 4 levels, and plus the mega frame externally with cross bracing, and then make the structure very rigid and strong. That tells you how complicated is the steel connection, and they all still, prefabricated steel element hoisting from the ground to the appropriate level and welding at height. So you will see the complexity of the structure in this diagram. And the construction risk that we are facing throughout the construction period. I found the underground structure, although it's not thin, but it's very risky and time-consuming. We need to dig a very big pile. The biggest one is 8 meters in diameter, from 5.7 to 8 meters in diameter. And it is sort of a hand-dug process. When we say hand-dug, it's a manual operation. It's not actually with your hand. So there will be 16, around 6 meter, piles to support the core, and 8 meter diameter piles to support one of the mega column, and there are 8 in total. We put reinforcement one by one in the pile before concreting. So they all manual operations, so you can see there's high risk you're working in this situation. There are also risks externally, like lateral risk, like typhoon, flooding, and we need to hoist heavy steel structure to the top of the building. So it's another risk that we need to face. There is there are the data of how heavy the truss is and how long it takes for us to construct them. So it's around 20, 30, or even 46 days in total to put up a truss. And they're all working at height with heavy elements. For force, we can go up to two days per floor, and somehow we spend 7.5 days. It depends on the complexity and whether they are standard, for pay. So we carefully plan our workforce and run the clock and make sure we do it in a very efficient way. Curtain wall system, it goes up to 17,000 panels, and the figure about the glass, aluminum, and stainless steel. So I leave it to you to read. There is the remaining time bar. We have gone through from 2009, starting the foundation work, to the moment at time we finished the steel structure, we finished all the RC work. We are doing the crown curtain wall installation. So by end of the year, we will finish the top part of the curtain wall. By April next year, we will finish all the work for inspection. At the mid of next year, our headquarters will be in use. So they are very aggressive target. And I think there is one is because we wait for a long time to move in as the headquarters of Ping An. And Shenzhen is longing for a landmark, in the vicinity. And most important, we have commitment to the council about the next year's conference. So we have to do it. So the third section, I leave it to Stephen.
This one. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Just correct a small mistake on the meeting material. I'm from Ping An Property and Casualty Insurance Company, not life insurance. Okay. I'm so excited now because I'm the last speaker today, and I was told I'm the first speaker to talk about insurance from the first conference till now. So I'm so excited. And maybe the shortest presentation, right? Only a few minutes left for me, so I must go through faster. Yeah. Ping An Property and Casualty Insurance Company is one of the largest insurer in China market. Over 40% tall buildings in China are our clients, include Shanghai Tower, Jingmao Tower, China Zhun Tower, and of course, Ping An Finance Center. My title is Project Construction Insurance Program, but we will not focus on the insurance program. I will introduce the process, how we arrange the insurance, how to arrange the insurance for our clients. Actually, it's a risk management process. From insurance point of view, risk management consists of 4 steps. The first step is risk identification. Second step is risk assessment. And the third step is loss prevention. And the fourth step is risk transfer. So for the first step, risk identification for the Ping An Finance Center, for the typical risks for a construction project, there are 3 risk categories. The first one is natural hazard risk. Second one is public liability risk. And the third one is the accidental risk. This site is located in Shenzhen City, in southern China, near South China Sea. And Shenzhen is well known. It's a high-frequency typhoon area and rainstorm area. So we must consider these natural hazards. For public liability, this site is located in the heart of the CBD of Shenzhen City. And the surroundings include office building, luxury apartment, shopping malls, and office buildings. And there are 2 metro lines, underground metro lines, and 1 railway station under construction is very close to the site. So we must consider the public liability risk. For accidental risk, just similar with other construction sites, fire, injury, collapse, mechanical failure, electrical failure, etc. For natural hazards, our company has a very powerful system named GIS system. That means Geography Information System. If you input the address of the, for example, for the Ping An Finance Center, the system will automatically tell you the risk level of this site. For example, for this site, the typhoon risk is level 10, flood risk is level 9, rainstorm risk is level 8. All these risks are very high. And these pictures are captured from the system. Different risks have different layers, and different layer have a different. Each layer has different colors. From the color, you can find out the level, the risk level. For property and casualty risk assessment, that means for public liability risk and accidental risk assessment, we send our engineers to the site and do the risk assessment on site. We use international popular risk assessment methodologies to do the risk assessment. We quantify the risk by using 2 risk factors. One is likelihood, and another risk factor is consequence. After the risk assessment, we got the risk level for fire is moderate, falling objects is high, deep foundation pit is high, and etc. After the risk assessment, we can develop a tailor-made insurance program for Ping An Finance Center. There are some experience I would like to share with you. One is insurance. One is about insurance policy. Normally, the common practice for insurers, they would like to use one policy to insure the whole project because it's convenient for underwriters of insurance companies. But the premium rate may be a little bit higher than separated policies. So we required 2 separate policies for pier foundation works and other construction works accordingly. Because, the insured value of pier foundation works is a very, very small part for the insured value of the whole project. If we use one policy to cover the whole project, the underwriter will consider the risk of fire foundation works first, because this is not their favorable risk. They will quote a higher rate. So we asked for 2 separate policies for fire foundation works and other construction works. This is one experience for you. And another experience for policy wording. There are 2 different products for construction, project construction insurance. One is CAR and another is EAR. CAR is for civil construction and CAR is for equipment erection phase. So if you use two products to insure your project, it may bring problems because they are cross-working during the whole project long. So we use CAR policy, just one policy, to cover both civil engineering and the equipment erection phase. Okay, so the time is limited, so I will go fast. Okay, and another compensation, another experience is about the compensation limit. So we will consider the location and the city and the surroundings. And the extension policy wording. CEAR means construction and erection or risks, but we should never be cheated by this policy, all risk. It doesn't not mean all risks. It has some exclusion clause inside the policy, so must be careful. So we require 41 extension clauses applied. So for the whole process, Ping An Real Estate and the Ping An PNC Insurance are working together as a team. We have same target. And finally, we have a good safety performance. You can see the loss ratio is only at 13%. And while in China, the industry loss ratio is about 48% for tall building construction insurance. Yeah. So these are some examples we have done, loss control service for this project, including trainings and our recommendations implemented by Ping An Finance Center. And finally, I will introduce what we have learned. This is a win-win solution for both sides. One suggestion for you, if you have business in China, if you want to find an insurer, please try to find a professional one. And the Ping An is the best one for you. Thank you.
So I just spend a minute to wrap up the talk. Here is the present situation of the PAFC. So we almost finished the external, even the curtain wall go up to the top. And we are working very hard in the interior fitting out, as well as the M&E insulation. The surrounding area is Shenzhen. It's a very good place to visit, and you can play golf as well. So come to see us next year. Thank you.